Hello and welcome to the video. This is a quick video on one of the specific functions of an EdgeTX powered radio. It's aimed at those of you that are relatively new to EdgeTX, might be coming to EdgeTX from FreeSky, Futaba, Spectrum, or maybe you're brand new to the hobby. Now there are links below to the rest of the videos in the series, as well as more advanced stuff as well. Don't forget you can find content by just looking for the thing you're interested in and adding Painless 360 to your search term here on YouTube. So let's jump on the bench and let's talk about the topic for today. The other thing to do as well is to back up all the model memories on the radio. So let's do the SD card contents first. Now we could just take the SD card out the bottom of the radio, plug it into the computer and copy it as normal, but lots of modern radios for EdgeTX are actually starting to be delivered these days with the contents stored in internal memory that can't be removed. So what I've done here on the desktop, I've just created myself a folder, Radio Master TX16S backup October 25, just to keep it all safe. I've created a folder in there called SD card, so that's ready for everything. What I'm going to do is I'm going to plug the cable into the USB port on the top of the radio, and I'm going to plug it into the computer, and the radio is going to give me a couple of options. It's going to ask me, do I want it to be USB joystick, storage or serial? I want USB storage. That is then going to appear on my computer as a USB drive, just like you would expect anything else. So that is the contents of my SD card. So I can Control A, select them all, Control C to copy them, and then I can just copy them into my folder here on the desktop, and that can kind of just work away. We can kind of leave that to it. There's quite a lot of stuff on there. It's going to take a little bit of time because there's quite a lot of data on the SD card. Personally, if you can remove it and install it into the computer, the SD card that is, I would do it that way. It's just an awful lot quicker. While that is running, let's have a look at the next thing that I would do. Now, we need to download and use something called EdgeTX Companion is the way that I would do it. There's lots of additional tools coming along for things like EdgeTX. See my videos on things like EdgeTX Buddy. That's great for downloading and flashing the actual radio itself. It's a lot simpler and more wizard-like, so you tend to get into less trouble. You've also got here Windows versions, Mac and Linux versions of EdgeTX Companion. I've already downloaded that and installed that onto my computer, and this is what it looks like when you run it. It looks a little bit daunting because, hang on a minute, that just looks like there's nothing here. So first thing we have to do is we have to tell EdgeTX Companion which radio that we're talking to. So if we go into radio profiles, we see at the moment there's only one set up. We can add a radio profile for the radio that we've got, give it a name. So Radio Master TX16S Painless 360, and then pick the kind of radio that you have from the list. Be aware, not all radios are supported. There's a lot of radios in here, but the radio that you have might not be supported yet. Some of the manufacturers like Radio Master actually have their own particular versions of Companion that they have built. So things like, I think the TX15 from Radio Master has their own version. So if you're using a TX15 radio, download that, or just wait for the real main EdgeTX Companion to be updated to have it. You can set all the different options in here about how it's all set up. By default, I would probably leave everything pretty standard. The internal module in this is multi. This is one of my older radios. It's not Edge Express LRS, but we can kind of just pick it for that. It is mode 2. Default channel order is RETA. We can change that later, and we'll just say OK. So that now has created another radio profile, and there it is, and that's the current one we're using. We can change between them just by clicking on it, and the one that has the button by the side, the little black button, is the one that we're using. Now we have that done, with the radio still plugged in, we can have a look at these icons here down the left hand side. We can read the models and settings from the radio, which is what we're going to do in a minute. We can also do things like write the backup and also backup radio to a file, which is how I would do it as well. Then we have the options to write and read firmware from the radio, so you can save that stuff back. So using this application, you could potentially save all of the models and settings, you could back up your radio to a file, and then you could read the firmware from the radio and keep it safe, and then you can actually restore all that stuff using the other icons. I'm just going to try and read models and settings from radio. I'm trying to do this at the same time I'm backing up, which isn't ideal. I would normally let the SD card backup finish before I click this. And there we have it. So these are all the models that are currently on the radio. So these are all the ones, and it's kind of showing me I've got a couple of issues potentially. My iNav Bixler and my TBS Campaigner actually have the same receiver ID, but apart from that, this all looks pretty standard. You can see the labels management and everything else. Now in here, we can actually both delete models and do those kind of things. We can also add models. It's really handy. But what we can do is we can save all this down to a file. I go File, Save As, go into my backup, and then give it a name that's going to be useful. So something like model memory, and click Save. That has now saved it into a file onto my computer. So if I wanted to, maybe I want to delete some models off this, they're getting a bit old, I don't want to use them anymore, then you know what, I can kind of get rid of stuff. But that's the easy way to do it with this. Next thing we can do, we can actually do things like read the firmware from the radio, save that to a file as well, and we could also do a backup, but wouldn't potentially do that. I find myself, so long as you have the backup of this, and then you also have the SD card contents, you have the ability to restore the radio back to how it's sat here. This is also, with using things like EdgeTX Companion, a really handy way to actually copy models between radios, because the EdgeTX Companion will actually do that. I'll make a separate video showing you how to do that, but also potentially how to restore. So how would I restore it? Well, it's kind of the same way. The SD card is easy. I'll just copy the contents back onto a new SD card and then either copy it over the cable that we're using here or plug it back in the radio. Or what I'd do is, with the new radio, I'd import all of the models and settings. And then what I'd do is I would open the model memory that we have. Now this is going to look exactly the same, but what we're looking at, these are the ones that are on my computer. These are actually the ones that are coming directly from the radio. And what I can do is I can actually just drag and drop things in here from one to the other, and it'll actually insert it. So I could actually just say cancel. I could just select all of these and drag them across. Once they're all dragged across, then I could actually write the models and settings to the radio. Be super careful about this. Always make sure that when you are copying in, and again, I'll make a separate video that covers all this, is that what you're doing is you are dragging in the new models you want into the radio, then writing the entire radio back. This view of the EEPROM and the model memories here is written as one whole piece. So if it's completely blank and you just try and write one model to your radio, that's all that's going to be on the radio, just the one model when you check it next. However, now you have backed it up, you have a copy of the SD card, you have a copy of the models and also the radio settings. You are covered in case something happens to the radio, the SD card. If this radio gets damaged, lost, stolen or breaks, then you have all of that goodness stored somewhere safe that you can use for when you get a replacement or you get it repaired. Thank you for watching my video. Check out the playlist, and adding Pedantry 60 to your search terms will help you find my content. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps a lot. You can support the time I spend here answering questions and helping others by using the links in the video description.